Today, we are tackling the stock market. And look, let's just forget all the confusing jargon and those crazy-looking charts for a minute. We're going to lay out a simple, straightforward map so you can actually navigate this world with some confidence. So, let's dive right in.
You ever look at financial news and just feel completely overwhelmed? Like it's some kind of impenetrable fortress? You are definitely not alone. For most people starting out, it feels like a private club with a secret language. But here's the thing, it's not.
And today, we're going to hand you the keys to that fortress. Seriously, by the end of this, you'll have the core ideas you need to really understand what's going on and start thinking about your own moves. Okay, first things first. Before you can do anything, you have to speak the language, right? So we're going to break down the absolute must-know terms. This is the foundation for everything else.
So, what even is a stock? It's way simpler than it sounds. Imagine a huge company is a giant pizza. Buying one share of their stock, that's like buying one slice of that pizza. You now literally own a tiny piece of the whole business, its profits, its buildings, the whole shebang. So how do you figure out how big a company is? It's not really about how many employees they have. It's all about market cap. That's the total price tag the market has put on the entire company. It's just a quick number that tells you if you're looking at a huge, steady giant or a smaller, maybe more risky up-and-comer. Okay, whenever you look up a stock, you're gonna see two prices, not one, the bid and the ask. Just think of it like a negotiation that's happening constantly, millions of times a second. The bid is what buyers are offering right now. The ask is what sellers are willing to take. And that tiny little gap in between them, that's called the spread, and it's where all the trading actually happens.
And here we go. This is maybe the single most important idea to get your head around. The stock market doesn't really care about what a company did last quarter. It is a giant collective bet on what it's going to do in the future. A stock's price is all about expectations. If you can grasp that one idea, you'll understand why prices move the way they do.
All right, so you've got the basic language down. Now what? Well, it's not like there's only one road to take. Investing is really about choosing a path that actually fits your own goals and, how much risk you're okay with.
So for building wealth over the long run, these are four of the main highways. You can kind of own a tiny piece of everything with index funds. You can get paid a regular income with dividend stocks. You can hunt for bargains with value investing. Or you can bet on the next big thing with growth stocks. Let's look at those last two a bit closer.
So here you can really see two totally different ways of thinking. Value investors, think Warren Buffett. They are professional bargain hunters. They're trying to find a dollar bill on sale for 50 cents. Growth investors, they're looking at something different. They're willing to pay a premium price today because they believe that company is going to be astronomically bigger tomorrow. Neither one is right or wrong, they're just completely different philosophies.
Okay, let's switch gears completely. So far we've been talking about long-term investing, but there's this whole other world of more active, short-term tactics, and it's so important to understand that this is a totally different game.
This is a really critical difference. Investing is like planting an oak tree. You care about the quality of the soil, the health of the seed, and you plan to let it grow for years, even decades. Trading, that's more like trying to predict tomorrow's weather. You're trying to profit from short-term swings in the price, maybe over just a few days or weeks.
Now, things like momentum trading, jumping on a stock that's already soaring, or buying into IPOs can be really exciting for sure. But the risk is way, way higher. And that's why discipline becomes everything. I mean, successful traders live and die by their rules for managing risk, like using a stop loss to automatically sell if a trade goes against them.
Okay, now this might honestly be the most important part of this whole guide, especially for a beginner. Because making money is great, but avoiding huge mistakes, that's how you stay in the game. So think of this as your safety briefing.
We're about to walk through the 5 most common and most costly traps that new investors fall into time and time again. So listen up, because avoiding just these 5 things is half the battle won.
Let's run through them. Number 1, buying a stock just because it hit a new low. It's not on sale. Usually it's cheap for a very good and very bad reason. 2, penny stocks. They're cheap, sure, but they're basically lottery tickets, not investments. 3, shorting stocks. That's betting a stock will go down. Your potential loss is literally infinite. Just don't go there as a beginner. 4, trading on margin. That's borrowing money to invest. It's like throwing gasoline on a fire. It makes your losses grow just as fast as your gains. And 5, the big one. Never buy a stock just because your buddy told you to. If you don't know why you own it, you'll have absolutely no idea when you should sell it.
Phew. Okay, we have covered the language, the different paths you can take, and the big traps to avoid. So what do you do with all this? How do you actually take that first smart step?
So let's just put it all together. Here's your game plan. Think of this whole thing as your starter map. The key is, don't try to do everything at once. Just pick one strategy that actually makes sense to you. Then, before you do anything, run your idea past that 5 traps checklist. Ask yourself, am I falling into any of these? This is your foundation. Your only next step is to go learn more about that one path you chose.
So, that impenetrable fortress? Not so impenetrable anymore, is it? You have the keys, you've got a map of the territory, and you know where the major traps are buried. The only real question left is, where do you want to explore first?